things are getting a little crazy. And no, I'm not just talking about my haircut. Hey guys, what up? It's your boy Aaron coming to you with a fresh new video. And in this video today, you guys, we're going to be talking about how the coronavirus is affecting boot camp and A school. Without further ado, let's get straight into this. All right, so one of the first things we're going to talk about is before we even get to boot camp, right? We're going to talk about future sailors. So future sailors that are supposed to be shipping out, expect to get your dates pushed back, okay? So we're looking about getting pushed back and shipping around June time, right? So some people will be shipping out a little bit before June, but mainly what I've been hearing and seeing is a lot of you guys are going to be around that June area, right? So the reasoning for this is they're doing some type of filtering at boot camp, right? Now, moving into boot camp, what I mean by filtering is when you get there, not only are you going to go through all of your medical and processing and basically your normal P-Day stuff, right? Not only are you going to go through all of that, you're also going to be going through a series of questions. They're going to ask you all sorts of questions. If you had a fever within the last X amount of days, headaches, all sorts of stuff, right? Here at TPU, Norfolk, Virginia, doing the same thing. I can assume they're doing it pretty much everywhere. It's the way of like pre-screening. Like for instance, the USS Tranquility, which is like the medical portion of boot camp, right? The medical building, right? So before you can even go there, they have to clear you to be able to go in that building, right? So they're going to ask you the same series of questions. Have you had this? Have you had this, that, and the other, right? So, and that's to prevent the spread of the virus, right? So everything they're doing is just to filter and prevent the spread, right? Everything is done with a purpose, right? So moving forward, they're implementing all sorts of stuff. For instance, ships 3 and 5 have been converted into quarantine barracks. So everybody that is infected is being placed in one of those 2 barracks, right? That entire ship, if you will. Okay, so as well as that, RDCs are now having to live on base. So there are specific ships, I believe ship 12 is one of them, the RDCs are going to be living. So in order to create and generate more space for recruits to live, the Pearl Harbor has also been converted into a THU, or a temporary holding unit, for those of you that are not aware with military acronyms. So with recruits living there, we have 2 quarantine barracks, the hospital, on base, or whatever you want to call it, the little ship. Everything is being done in the most strategical way. The captain and all his staff are trying very, very hard to prevent the spread, but also to continue boot camp, because they still have a mission to uphold, right? All the military, we all have a mission to uphold. So we can't necessarily stop everything. We have to somehow find a way to continuously progress. RDCs that are supposed to be leaving and changing commands are supposed to be held, I believe 90 days is what I heard. They're limiting recruits coming in, being filtered, we discussed that. And then also they're limiting the best they can recruit movement. So recruits aren't really allowed to like go outside or this, that, and the other. They're trying to limit as much as they can. FQA doing their PIs, which are personnel inspections. You're going to do dynamic material inspections, personnel inspections. You're going to do static inspections, all sorts of stuff. All of your inspections that FQA aren't able to go and do, your RDCs will do. They're pulling some RDCs from divisions as well, especially HMs. So HMs are going to have to go and do other duties. So they're working with whatever resources they get and whatever they have, right? So they're flip-flopping RDCs and FQA personnel, and they're trying to best accommodate the situation on both sides for recruits and staff. With that being said, they're trying to, like I said, handle the situation as well as keep recruits moving forward along with the program at boot camp. So training, let's talk about training. Training is very filtered, okay? What I mean by filtered is it's very, very limited. You're not going to get to do like your typical stuff. You're not going to get to do a whole lot of line handling, firefighting. There are rooms in each ship in which you go and practice line handling. You go and practice your firefighting, all sorts of stuff, donning your SCBA, all that great stuff, you know, all your damage control, all sorts of stuff. They're limiting. You're going to go and you're going to do line handling if you get a chance. They're going to demonstrate what you need to know, and you're immediately going to go and sanitize your hands, right? Also, like all sorts of stuff have been put in place to prevent future spread. So they're handling it the best they possibly can, while also giving the best training they possibly can with what they're given. You have to work with what you're given, right? Okay, so moving forward, obviously we know some things have been phased out. You're not going to be getting like the full boot camp experience. You know, they've implemented social distancing, face masks, all this great stuff, right? to protect our recruits, which is the future of the Navy. You know, we have to safeguard our future, right? Now, moving into battle stations, I'm going to talk about battle stations, but I'm not going to talk about battle stations. I'm not allowed to give out specific information about battle stations, so I'm going to just generalize it. So battle stations is very, very watered down from what I've heard by several people that have recently graduated, that have reached out to me. So for battle stations, you can expect certain evolutions have been removed. And the reason they've been removed is you have to understand battle stations is tradition. Every sailor goes through battle stations and becomes a sailor, right? Or every recruit, rather, goes through battle stations and becomes a sailor. Now, you have to look at tradition versus safety. Obviously, safety is always going to trump anything, right? So like I said, the captain and his staff are doing everything in their ability to best protect staff as well as recruits, right? So they had to remove certain elements out of training, whether it's Marlin Spike, battle stations, whatever. And certain things that have been removed out of battle stations is just to prevent people from being super close quarters and to prevent touching and things like that. There's been quite a few evolutions that have been removed out of battle stations. You're not going to get the full battle stations experience, but you will get a battle stations experience if that kind of helps out. This next thing really kind of pains me to say, because I can relate because I've been through boot camp. I feel for you, for the ones that are in boot camp, going to boot camp during this mess, because you're more than likely going to be getting capped on the tow line and getting graduated on the tow line and not getting an actual graduation. I understand, like, I'll just be blunt honest, like, it sucks, yes, but it's safety over anything else, you know. Like what I said with inspections and things like that, everything's been implemented for certain reasons, right? We gotta maintain the safety and security of us, that way we can maintain the safety and security of the nation, right? Moving forward, going to A school and things like that as well. So, like I said, the CO and his staff are doing everything to the best of their ability to further protect and prevent the spread of COVID-19. But that's pretty much it for that. Once you're getting ready and you've done graduated, whenever you're getting ready to ship out to your A school, you're going to be screened again. You're going to be given these series of questions, right? I know I was talking to a friend of mine, Marissa, and everybody that graduated with her, that went to NAS Pensacola, where I came from, where I became an AO, everybody that went to NAS Pensacola didn't go to the regular airport. They got flown directly straight to the base. They landed on the base, right? And that's to prevent exposure to the public and possibly corona, right? So everybody's screened, they go straight to A school. I can't say that's for every A school, because I want to say not every A school is going to have an airport, but I'm not entirely sure. But it's just an example of other ways that they're trying to further prevent the spread, right? So you get to A school, you're going to also get screened. If you try to go to medical, you're going to get the same questions. When I went to go in to get mail the other day, I had to get screened. I had to go see the watchstander, and I got asked a series of questions, right? And depending on my answers to those questions, I get to either go in, go get my mail or whatever, or I have to make a phone call, right? It's just a process right now to protect everybody. You know, it's unfortunate. We'll get through it. We always get through it, right? Whatever obstacle we're thrown our way, you know, everybody always prevails. But that's what we're looking at right now. A school, from what I've been told, she told me, it's frustrating, but you're basically like, you're kind of just like locked down. You'll kind of go to school. You have to constantly wear a mask unless you're like eating, showering, or sleeping. You're like constantly wearing a mask. I know Garcia, he was also telling me some things as well with boot camp. Both of them were a great help for me making this video. So this video is not really possible without them too, as well as a few others. But that's what we're looking at right now as far as boot camp and A school. And for those of you that are shipping out, I tried to help you guys out the best I possibly could. I know we were doing a live stream last night, and I had a lot of questions about shipping out. And I've been trying to find out for you guys. It's just hard to know because I know about as much as your recruiters do, which isn't really a whole lot. It's just whenever they receive the information, they're going to pass it straight to you. And that's just the way it works. But that's pretty much it. Now, before I close this video out, I just want to give a huge shout out and a big thank you to Rudy Garcia and Marissa Accardo. You guys were a huge help for me making this video, so I appreciate you guys, love you guys, so thank you guys so much for helping me make this video. With that being said, that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you guys liked the video. If you guys liked the video, leave a like, drop a comment, love hearing from you guys. I'll try to answer all your questions the best I can. Also, add me on my Snapchat and my Instagram. The links to those are in the video description below. For those of you that are new to the channel, do me a huge favor. Browse around, check out some of the awesome and helpful content I have out there for you guys. And if you guys like what you see, do me a huge favor and consider smashing that subscribe button. It would really mean the world with my content moving forward, because that helps me out with making content. I'm trying to get into weekly live streams, so that's something to look forward to. Maybe tomorrow we'll be doing one. That's pretty much it. I can't even talk today. It's a cluster today. I'm sorry, you guys. But before I embarrass myself further, I'm going to just say that's it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.